Yeah. Yeah.
And then you had some other things to show us there on the left side.
Um, so if you upload files under knowledge, conversations with your GPT may include file contents. Files can be downloaded when code interpreter is enabled. So here you can apparently upload files, Word documents, PDFs, that sort of thing. I haven't done that on this one. I did do it on a private one I was working on, and it didn't handle the PDFs too well. And I don't know if that was just because the way they were formatted, or if it had to do with the OCR, character recognition.
I would say sometimes I subscribe. I would suggest you do this too. Subscribe to the status report of Chat GPT because it's often down or slow or it's having problems. And that way, while you're working on things like training, you can immediately go, oh, gee, I'm having a problem. I wonder if there's something in the status of GPT that's problematic at the moment. But I use that feature of upload files all the time. And every once in a while, I have a problem. And every once in a while, that problem is typically related to ChatGPT's having a problem at that moment. As long as you don't check that code interpreter and data analysis block, that no one would be able to type in to say, "Hey, could you give me a printout of all the documents that's in this?" So I would say, unless you know what you're doing for some reason, is leave that box unchecked.
Have you been able to upload PDFs successfully?
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
PDFs, PowerPoints, .docx documents.
Okay.
And again, I think pointing out for our viewers today in the instructions, it's not rocket scientist stuff. It's not like you're telling it that you have to speak in a very organized fashion or you need to speak in code. It's just like how you talk to someone is, and even if you spiral in your conversation, it doesn't matter. It somehow it can figure it out. I think my tip would be when you're training a GPT is create a Google Doc for all the things that you want to put in instructions so it's easier for you to copy and paste,
Yeah.
particularly if you're making changes, because as you were saying, Tom, it's a little bit hard to resize that box and then
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's easier just to refresh the whole copy. Uh,
I'll tell you real quick. I had some downtime at an appointment I was at, and I got on through the app on my phone, and I said I want to create a database of properties that we photographed. I want the database to include, uh, the address, the property type, and I also want it to include a pin on a map, as well as the ability to upload photos from that particular property. Can you do, or how can it be done? And it spit out, a bunch of different ways to do it. And then it said, would you like help writing the code for this? And I said, yeah. And it gave me a whole bunch of Slack and Python scripting and all this stuff that's way above my pay grade. But I could see where that would come in handy for somebody who is a developer, trying to write code for something, or even just somebody who's trying to add I don't know, a database of VHS tapes for their home collection, or something like that.